It's important to distinguish game-based learning from gamification. Game-based learning is a branch of serious games that deals with defined learning outcomes. They're called serious games because instead of providing only entertainment, they have an educational goal to provide retention of a skill or concept that can be applied in the real world. Gamification, on the other hand, is the application of game principles to a non-game situation to promote desired behaviors. Now, the basis of these game principles are that they could be considered persuasive technologies, and typically they're referred to as PBL, points, badges, and leaderboards, otherwise known as rewards, recognition, and motivation. Now, both game-based learning and gamification have the same goal of seeking to increase engagement, reduce negative and undesirable behaviors, and create a positive emotional response called fun. In a later video, I'll go more in depth with gamification. Here now, I'd like to get a little clear with 5 points I believe distinguishes game-based learning from gamification. Number 1, I believe games are attractive in education because a game is something that students can fail. The traditional classroom doesn't provide many opportunities where failure is a valid option without dire consequences, and few students enjoy failing in these instructional situations, which can lead to unproductive behaviors to avoid the failing, things like cheating and apathy or even lack of motivation. And when this happens, there's little exploration, no depth of understanding, no insight into the real consequences of different approaches to obtaining an answer or even an incorrect decision. In most classrooms, it's just simply right or it's wrong. Games, by their very nature, however, encourage failure as a way to learn in a low-threat and low-risk way. Failing is allowed and it's part of the game, as you have multiple lives, second chances, and there's always the reset switch. And in games, there are alternative methods of success. And games, by their design, allow multiple opportunities to perform a task until mastery. And paradoxically, when you're successful, your reward is even more difficult task or mission. And games work, number 2, to provide learning because they require concentrated attention. And 3, they get feedback, and it's constant, and it's in real time. And it's a critical element in learning. And the more frequent the targeted feedback, the more effective learning can be. And 4, most games involve a context-specific story, and stories can be powerful mediums that draw in users. And lastly, games are immersive. They should be fun and captivating and providing an experience for students to enjoy and learn specific standards, objectives, and skills. Game-based learning provides another promising strategy, a tool, if you will, to connect students with learning and each other. In later videos, I'll discuss game design, cost-benefit analysis, and don't miss my video on non-digital game-based learning. Thank you for watching. I'm Kevin Corbett.